right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Endless Endeavor podcast. Another solo episode coming at you. And every time I do a solo episode, I say it's going to be relatively short, and then it goes for an hour. But I foresee today's episode being relatively short. Just a couple things I wanted to bring up and talk about. It's the day after Christmas that we're recording this. And just some things coming across my feed, some things I think are good to think about, just put in the back of our brain moving into the new year. And yeah, it shouldn't take long. You know, I got a bunch of family shit going on. I'm enjoying kind of detaching from everything. And so I came to the gym for a couple hours. We'll record, then we'll do some rolls with the guys that want to train. And then we're going to call it a day. First and foremost, let's go ahead and open up with something good, because we got some bullshit to talk about, as always. But I found a page called, how do you even say that? Foodro? I think that's it. Budro, Fudro. And it's on Instagram, and it's a guy, and his thing is riffs straight from the viewers' mouths. So you can just send him a voice message on Instagram and be like, and then he turns it into a song that is actually played on the guitar, doing the same thing you did with your mouth. And so, dude, it's kind of crazy that we're even talking about this, that this is a thing. But you know what, dude? I'll go into it a little later. I've changed my algorithm. I think I talked about it a week or two ago. And guess what? I'm enjoying it. So I don't need to be pissed off all the time. We'll get into that. Okay, we'll get into that next. But take a listen to this.
Riff straight from the viewers' mouths.
All right, that's it. And so you're welcome for that. That was just good energy. I like that shit. It was fun. So yeah, go check him out. He does that all the time. I'm thinking about submitting one. I got to make a good one though first before I submit it, and I think we'll make that happen. Yeah. So again, informed but not consumed. But you know what? There's gonna be a time to get consumed. It's not right now. I feel right now is me building my fitness, my health, my wealth, preparing for my expedition, still living my journey of life, having that be the priority, and getting pulled into constantly focusing on bullshit. It eats your soul. I think every single one of us has felt the ebb and flow of that. When we give too much of our energy to the nightly news, what does it really do? What does it really do for you? Other than just keep you fucking angry all the time. It's what they want, right? Fuck, guys, we're on episode 290 or something. You could go back and we've discussed this 1,000 times. But the thing that came out the other day is Bob Ferguson, my fucking wonderful governor here in Washington State. Bob Ferguson supports a Washington resident income tax. And the millionaire's tax is what they're going to call it, because they're only going to make you pay if you make over $1 million a year. That's it. The millionaire's tax will generate $3 billion annually. Okay, so let's dive into this a little bit. Democrats in the legislative are saying that a 9.9% millionaire tax, adjusted to only individuals making over $1 million annually, and will be less than 0.5% of Washingtonians, is expected to raise as much as $3 billion per year. So let's just cut all the bullshit out of what they said there, and let's just tell you the truth. Washington State is going to violate law. And here's the thing. If you got the majority to change the law, suddenly you're not violating the law. Oh, isn't that convenient? So if I get enough people to say I can go murder motherfuckers, if I get enough people to say that, and those people are in the right places, then murder is not illegal anymore. It's literally what they're doing here. They're working it through the legislature. And and guys, the two-party system has fucking been failing us, right? But here in Washington, we don't even have a two-party system. We have Democrats. And all you dumb motherfuckers keep voting all these people back in. And I still see some fucking people on the internet saying, good, the millionaires should pay their fair share. What is your fair share? What is that? Where did that ever come from? You need to pay your fair share. The fuck are you talking about? How about a flat income tax based on a percentage of your income? You will pay 3% of your income to the government so we can provide the following services. If at any time those services fall beyond the expectations of the people, well, we need to start analyzing our fucking tax system. Well, all the expectations are failing. And not only did Washington not only did they just sign a bill, which was the largest tax increase in Washington history. Not only did they do that, now they're starting to legislate their way into an income tax, which is against the Constitution and is in direct violation of RCW 1.90.100. Personal income tax. Neither the state nor the county, city, or other jurisdictions in the state of Washington may tax any individual person on any form of personal income. For the purpose of this chapter, income, let me scroll a little bit. Income has the same meaning as gross income. Okay, you can't tax us for making money, Washington. Isn't that what the fucking law says? Right there. You can't tax us on the money we make, Washington. And then they just said, you know what? We're just gonna legislate it. And we're gonna go do it anyways. Guys, there is no peaceful way out of this. I hate to break it to you. The whole fucking violence isn't the answer group. They're just coming up with slogans to keep you castrated. Because violence is never the answer. Look at any conflict in the history of planet Earth. And ask any conflict, the history of planet Earth, and ask me if violence offered certain solutions to certain problems. You don't have to be a fucking genius to understand that not only is it sometimes the answer, when the people are telling you that's never the right thing to say, that's never the right thing to pursue, that's a terrible idea. That's what they are fucking repeating over and over and over, probably means it's getting a little closer to that answer. Our government is violating the Washington State Constitution. It is violating RCW 1.90.100, and no one's going to do anything about it. Ever. Not only are they not going to do anything about it, like I said earlier, some of you motherfuckers are even saying, yeah, that's good. They should pay their fair share. Okay, so let me break it down for you people who don't understand what's happening. 99% of you listening already understand what's happening. But for the 1% out there, neither the state nor county, city, or other jurisdiction in the state of Washington may tax an individual person on any form of personal income. That goes for you. That goes for me. And that goes for people making $5 million a year. And it goes for people making $10 billion a year. And we always want to say the rich, act like the rich are this evil fucking people. But they're the ones that are employing everybody. They're the ones owning companies, offering services, building, creating. So it's like you can say whatever you want about people that have figured out a way to generate a lot of money. Most of those people are creating things too. And what we want to do is we want to allow our government to target them. Let's go after them. Those evil people that have made over $1 million a year. Let's go after them. And all you dumb motherfuckers that are saying, yeah, do that. Go after them. They're going to have the support of you dummies while they change the law and change the Constitution to where suddenly neither the state nor county or city or other jurisdiction of Washington may tax any individual unless, then they're going to throw some shit in there. And that unless, the way that it will be worded, is going to be left a little gray. And it's going to go, it's not going to say, for people making XXX amount of dollars, it's going to say, people that make an exorbitant amount of wealth or some bullshit. Now, way down the stream, they'll have to have some very specifics in there so they can now start to attack the people that they want to attack, the most successful people, the ones doing the most, the ones creating the most. Let's go attack them. And then, you know what? Those motherfuckers making $750 a year, that's too much money too. What do they need that for? They should probably pay their fair share. And before you know it, they're going to have everybody. And half you motherfuckers supported it. And this is what they do. Bob Ferguson ran on lowering taxes and like basically he ran on the opposite of what he's doing right now. So here we are. Newly elected governor that said a bunch of lies during his campaign is now just doing whatever, just gone rogue and is doing whatever the fuck they want. Nobody wants an income tax. You want to go take a poll? Now, I know that, like I just said, there's some dummies saying the rich should pay their fair share. Notice I said nobody wants an income tax, as in an income tax on themselves. But you'll let them change the law to attack different classes of people. You think that's a good idea? And then it'll be you one day. It already is you. Fuck, dude, it already is you. It already is me. And no one's doing anything about it. Sooner or later, that day comes. What's that look like? I guess I'll find out. But, I'm not going to live in that what if state anymore. And I'm kind of over trying to lead people out of being fucking retarded. It's something catastrophic is what's going to change people from being fucking retarded. It's not me talking on this podcast to a bunch of fucking dudes that would sit around a campfire together. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's not that it detracts from the value of this show or it doesn't do good for certain people. But what I'm saying is the things that are despising us, the things that are collapsing our society from within, the things that are personally attacking our businesses, our friends, our communities, we just sit back and do nothing. That's what we do. They already tax us at fucking 50%. Now they want another 10% because you're doing too well. So, honest question, what percentage of your income should you be able to keep before you feel like you are a slave? And I'm not being fucking dramatic at all. I'm not being dramatic at all when I say that. Most people are stuck. They feel like they're stuck. Most people aren't actually stuck, but most people have been manipulated by the system to ensure that they stay in the prison that they've created. that society as a whole has created. Most of you guys are stuck, and that just breeds mass compliance. And that's what we're seeing in our society right now. Violence is never the answer unless you're the government. Then they use violence every day, literally every day. They have groups of people to go impart violence on people. Syria just got fucking bombed yesterday. Like, we're talking about going to war with Venezuela. I'm not even talking about the political stance on that stuff. Is it good? Is it bad? There's a lot of people that I think should be killed. I think sometimes violence is the answer. And apparently, all the most powerful governments on planet Earth agree with that policy as well, to the point where a massive portion of their budget is to amass a group of men and weapons capable of killing massive amounts of human beings. That's why every military on planet Earth exists, with the largest, most powerful organizations in the world. Violence is sometimes the answer for those people. It's not even sometimes. Violence is often the answer for those people. But then it trickles all the way down to you, making $75,000 a year with 2 kids, and you're struggling to make ends meet. And now in the last 12 months, Washington has decided to fucking start really going after people financially as well. Guys, every single time I talk about taxes on the show, I always say this caveat. If society was like a modern day utopia, hold on, I'm bringing something up. If Washington was like a modern day utopia, then wouldn't most of its residents be very content with how our money's being spent? And so I don't think there's anyone in the world that doesn't think there should be some type of tax. If we want to have anything, any type of functioning system, if you want firefighters, you're going to have a tax. Simple as that, right? So I think most of us agree there are aspects of our society that could use a form of government, but the government has to be 100% focused on serving the people. That's it. Now, that doesn't mean the people that are serving the people or the organizations that are serving the people shouldn't be compensated. I think we all get that, right? But the number one goal has to be service. If you're in government for any other reason than service, you should probably start looking elsewhere. But here's the thing, guys. People like us, we don't want to go fight in those swamps and play a game that they created. It's their game. Go try and beat them at their game. And good luck with that. Look at Joe Kent. He's been on here twice. Most of you guys probably know who he is. He is a brilliant human being. And it only takes about 10 seconds to realize that he is 10,000x times more competent than his opponent, and she still wins. So it's like, okay, the game that's being played right now, it's a 2-part game. It's a corrupt game, but also half of our society is dummies, and they just play the game as they're manipulated into playing it. This is my team. This is what I vote for, and I don't care about anything else. Until that changes, nothing's going to change. And the thing is, that's not going to. I just don't think that's going to change. My 45 years of life, it's just this fucking pendulum swinging back and forth. And that pendulum swings back and forth from these two entities that have just turned this thing into a perpetual wealth stream for themselves. That's what they've done. And that keeps you a slave to the system. And remember, violence is never the answer. I'm just I've thought a lot lately about like mental health and happiness and discipline and all the things that we always think about. But some of my friends are kind of going through a tough season. Hasn't been the best season in my life either, for whatever reason. And I think it was Joshua Dukes that said this to me initially. He said, I just have to be content in wherever my 2 feet are planted. Whatever's going on, wherever I'm standing on planet Earth, whatever, all the other variables that could be changed, where my 2 feet are planted, I have to be content. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I wanted to take it a step further, because not only do you have to be content in exactly where you're occupying, but most importantly, you have to be content with what's going on between your ears. And man, I went down some rabbit holes in my own brain on this, because there's a wide spectrum of emotions that we feel. You can name 100, and I would say about half of them we consider good and half of them we consider bad. I don't like feeling sorrow or despair or grief or immense sadness. Like, I don't like how those feel in my body and in my mind. But elation and joy and pleasure and happiness, oh, fucking drink it up, right? Yeah, I like how those feel in my body and in my mind. So when we're happy, we don't say, how do I work through this happiness? What do I have to do to move this feeling through me? Man, this happiness must be attached to a trauma because it's still here. I still feel it. It's ongoing. We don't say that about happiness. But as soon as it's an emotion you don't like, and it's sorrow, oh, fuck, dude. Well, why do you feel that way? Well, what triggered it? Well, what memory is most associated with that feeling? Where in your body do you feel it? And guys, I'm not trashing on all the healing stuff, but I do think that I came up with something that like kind of clicked for my brain. And that's why I'm sharing it with you guys, because the people that are hyper focused on that, of moving this energy or this emotion out of them, I think in its core of cores is it's because they can't be content sitting and fucking feeling it. Just sit and feel it for a while. And this is what made me think of this. I was just, something came up and it kind of hit me, and I was sad the other day. And it was in relation to the boys. Everybody knows the story. It was a memory or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was just sad. And Jenny could see it on me, and she's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. I'm good. I was good, but I was just feeling this emotion. I can tell you're not good. What's going on? So I say, and then it instantly starts to move towards like, well, you have to start to think about it like this, maybe change your perspective to that. Or I forget what else she said, but it was instantly into like, I'm going to help you with this. I have a solution. Let's try something. And I'm not faulting her for that. That's actually a nice thing when people do that, especially their intention is to help you through it. And then I just said, you know what, dude? You call your wife dude? Yeah, sometimes I do. You know what, dude? I'm allowed to just feel sadness, and it doesn't have to be anything outside of that. This situation, when I think about it, it makes me sad, and that's what I feel right now. And I don't need anything else other than to just know that I can be content feeling this emotion. And I was like, dude, I think that's it. I think that is the thing that's going to really help me when any dark, sad, when any of those emotions show up. I think I need to just be content and saying, hey, this is the emotion that's knocking on my door right now. And open it up and confront it. And just sit with it. That's what we do with all the other emotions. But as soon as it's one you don't like, there's a 15-step process on where it came from, how to dissipate it, what to do next, how to whatever, right? Nope, for this moment, this is what I'm feeling. And that's fine. And I'm not going to let it turn itself into something that it's not. And I think that's what we do with a lot of them. We make them bigger than they are by giving them all this attention. And it's like, no, I feel some grief right now. And I'm just going to sit with this and feel it. And that's okay. And I think I've been doing it for a couple days. A couple days, right? I got the fucking solution. No, but it ties right back into what Joshua was saying. Wherever you're at on planet Earth, you have to be content right there. And then in addition to that, whatever's going on whatever is on your mind or on your heart, you also have to be content with that. You have to be, because if you're not in control. You're out of control. And if you're out of control, you're actually a diminished version of yourself. You know, we talk about being wild animals and fucking all the shit, and it's like, yeah, okay, berserker mode, right? Cool. But the most dangerous version of you is when you are calm and calculated. That's the truth. Anderson Silva in his prime. That's the most dangerous state of a human. So comfortable, not just comfortable, so comfortable that you can even go into flow state. That's a dangerous motherfucker. And so think about that. Apply it to your life. If you got something that is just fucking troubling you, it's okay. It's there for a reason. And just let it be there. Don't look at it. You know, I talked to my buddy Keith Yackey about getting in cold water versus hot water. We say warm water feels good, so it's good. And cold water feels bad, so it's bad. I said, that's just a change in temperature that you are now prescribing a story to, almost like a good and evil to it. I said, there's no such thing as that. The water just is. It is. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. And when you get in it, you're going to feel whatever that is. In the words of Bill Clinton. But that's it. And once you do that to water, I don't prescribe a good or a bad to it. I just say the water is what it is. And when I enter it, I'm going to feel what that is. Oh, okay. Today it feels like this. Today it makes it hard to breathe. Today it's so fucking hot that it's hurting. Like, oh, whatever it is, it's a choice to reflect on and tell yourself whatever it is that you want to tell yourself about the physical feelings that it's doing to your body, but don't allow that to now have a emotional context to it. And that's what everybody does with the water. Everybody does that with the water. I shouldn't say everybody. We have a lot of people here that can just get in the cold and don't care. But we're a very small sample of society. If you take the cold plunge up the street to Walmart and challenge people to get in, I wonder what the percentage would be. I kind of want to do that. I bet it would be fucking tiny. So, just like the water, I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I just am. So Guns and Geese, some of you guys have been writing me about Guns and Geese. Yes, Guns and Geese is officially a wrap. It's like everything in life. No, there is no constant. There is no forever. And we had I think a 5-year run. That might be right. 2020, I know, is when everything blew up. But I think either 2020 or 2021 was when we did our first one. And, over the course of 4 or 5 years, we did a lot of courses and we had a really good time. I mean, me and Joao and Lappin would always say, guns and geese for us is just as great of an experience as it is for the students. We get to be part of everything they get to be a part of. Now we're doing a lot of work on the back end and we get very little sleep. And there's some aspects of it like, okay, yeah, that's why you're paying us, right? But the enjoyment, it goes back to just what we were just saying, right? The good side of guns and geese, all the fun, all the conversations, all the meals, we get to be part of all that. And that's awesome. And then there's an additional side that's moving stuff around and setting up equipment and getting up a little early, blah, blah, blah. That's probably the bad side. But at the end of the day, it is the experience. And we always loved it. I'll tell you the truth right out of the gates. Courses aren't selling anymore. So with course numbers not selling, it very, very quickly becomes a something that's just financially not feasible. And that's what happened to Guns and Geese. Simple as that. If the course was still financially viable, we would probably have still been running the course. But in addition to the course not being viable, I think on an energetic level, I think it may have ran its course there as well, because me and Lappin and Joao we're always in different places in life. Lappin's went through some massive changes this year. He's still ironing out some of that and figuring out where the chips are going to fall for him. I got a big thing planned this year that is taking the majority of my focus. And I just don't think we're in a place to give the program what it deserves to get if we were to continue to do it. But with that said, I mean, once it starts not producing, that kind of compounds that emotion already. It's like, fuck, dude, we got a million things going on. And now I'm putting energy into something that's not really returning. And then it becomes like a chicken before the egg thing, right? If the energy is not going into it, people aren't going to buy. But if people aren't buying, then you're not going to continue putting energy into it. I have talked with other people that are very connected to the directly connected to the training environment. And from what I've heard, and again, I don't know if this is statistically factual or not, but I do know a lot of people that have training academies and ranges and things like that. Outside of jiu-jitsu, I'm going to say that, outside of jiu-jitsu, training has taken a massive hit this year. And I think those are different worlds too, because jiu-jitsu is a constant. That's a lifestyle. This is part of me. This is part of what I do. These are my people. That's very different than saying, hey, I'm going to spend 4 days, travel out of state, and attend a long-range rifle course, attend a father-son weekend challenge course, attend a Guns and Geese. Those type of things that are like an intentional 3-4 day event, those are the things that from talking to friends, have taken a massive hit. And is that because of the economy? Is that because of people feel like maybe the scare of the COVID era is starting to wane a little bit and people don't think that the government's coming for you and you're going to be drawing those hard lines in the sand? I don't know. Or maybe I'm just getting a little older and I'm a little less interested in training and people feel that. I don't feel like being on the gun range all the time. I don't. I just don't. It's not that fun for me anymore. And I don't think about it. There's a key right there, right? I don't think about it at all. Like if I'm not on the range, I'm not thinking about guns. I'm not thinking about what if this, what if that, what's the next best piece of equipment? I wonder what I could get on this drill if I did this. And I still think about that shit with jiu-jitsu constantly. Dude, me and Daniel, my fucking phenom black belt, we were just standing in front of the cold plunge a couple days ago. And before we know it, we'd been talking about for an hour about Craig Jones' grip that he refers to as the claw. And different positions of control with the claw and how to set it in, and how to tie it together with the Dagestani handcuff on the other hand. And if he hand fights here, that opens up this here. And it's like, boom, down the rabbit hole we went. Fascinates me. And I don't even know why. I'm like, what? Yes, I like getting better at jujitsu. I still do. You know, I'm 45 years old and I'm continuously getting better at jujitsu. But what about that specific thing captivates my brain like that? What is that? I don't fucking know. Like, I honestly think jujitsu is the foundation for being a capable human being. It touches all of those things. And because of that, I think it continues to fascinate me. Now, the other side of jiu-jitsu is my body is not the same after 22 years of jiu-jitsu, and I'm a lucky one. I didn't have anything catastrophic happen to me. No fucking herniated discs, no fucking ruptured ACLs, none of that bullshit, but just an overall toll. And that's okay though, because whatever that thing is that fascinates you, that captivates you, it has to come with a cost. It has to. If it didn't come with a cost, it wouldn't be worth what it is. So I understand that. That's the exchange. And I gave a lot of my body to jiu-jitsu, but without the jiu-jitsu, I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am in life. It's been the foundation of everything that I am since I was 22 years old, since I started. Which is wild because I was a ranger before that. And jiu-jitsu has still given me what I would say is the most valuable trait that I've carried throughout adulthood. And so what else do we have to go over today? Well, in addition to my body being broken down by jiu-jitsu, I think I mentioned it last couple episodes. I'm taking an aggressive cycle of HGH with hopes of repairing all of my tendons and ligaments before the row this May. And so I'm taking it in combination with BPC 157, TB 500, and then the, GHKCU? If I said that wrong, you still know which one I'm referencing. And this stack is supposed to absolutely heal all of your joints, connective tissues, your tendons, your ligaments, all that stuff, and your muscle tissues, and really give you like a youthful regeneration. And so I'm 10 days in. I'm also I'm up 20 pounds, which is it's ridiculous. I was 222 last night. But that's because when you take HGH, it changes like how your body reacts with your IGF-1 and your sodium intake. And there's a lot of water retention. And it's not all bad water retention, but it's just the process. It also like really refills all your glycogen stores in your muscles, which fills your muscles out, creates just mass density. And so the initial phase of getting on the stuff is a weight spike, and I'm fucking experiencing it right now. Here's the interesting thing though. When I'm 220 and above, I usually am not a cardio monster. I am right now still. I can get on that rower and fucking just pull for hours. And I actually think I'm better. So that might be all the glycogen getting restored. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And so other than that, I told you guys short episode, 39 minutes. I'm wrapping it up. I look around the studio and I see a bunch of Vortex optics, rangefinders, ballistics computers. I made a post about it a couple weeks ago that they donated a bunch of stuff for me to sell, and then they want the proceeds to go to the Row West expedition. I've been selling stuff out of the academy. It's still available here, but I'm going to put it online, and I will wait until this episode drops before I put it online, and then just be watching for that because it's stuff at a very, very discounted rate. Vortex agreed for us to go at we're doing 20% below any sale you can find online. That's where Jenny found that's what we came up with for our price list. So after this episode drops, I will post that, check that out, and get yourself some good equipment, support a good company, and most importantly, support my row to Hawaii.